be back. Alright, I might take this as an opportune time just to go pee though. So, I'll be right back. Wah, I'm back. Wah. Alright, I don't want to let this level best me, but I probably should just go ahead and switch over to chess now. Since my stream crashed. Oh, come on. So at the slow part, I'm just not supposed to click. Okay. Give it a couple more old college tries before we throw in the bag. Okay, I just got a message. That's kind of neat. So neat. This level's not too bad. I don't think it's overall the greatest level. Oh my god. Okay. You know what? You know what? I'm done. I'm done. Oh, we got a quest. Yes. Yes, yes. Right. Save. Oh, no. Save. Let's see what this message was. Ooh, this seems like it's going to be an interesting video I was sent. I shall watch it at some point. Alright, now we can turn browser capture back on. Yay! Alright. Let's go ahead and add the chest text back. So we got this terrible situation I got myself into. Which, like, there's a lot of ways to hang the game. Like, this hangs the game in one move. This doesn't quite hang the game in one move, but it looks pretty darn bad. I mean, also just play here, and then how do you defend that? This is essentially undefendable. Checkmate. At best you have here, I suppose. I guess works well enough. So I actually have to play here first, I think, to take control of this better. And then they can play this. And so I have to play fast, and I probably would play, like, you know, I'll move like here instead to defend myself, but they're going to be 2 pawns up. Of course, this is also an interesting move that doesn't immediately lose, but like this doesn't work. But you can play here in this variation, and then I guess it's not trivial, but like I'm going to get absolutely beaten to death if I play that move. So this is bad. This is bad. We both know both of these are terrible. This works on this scale, but that gets my, you know, like, I guess it's not technically forked. You get into a position like this, then you have major problems. Yes, this totally works. And this would kind of defend the situation. I don't know. But this seems really bad. That's kind of the idea here. That seems really bad, but it might be my best move is to play here. I can't think of a better idea. This hangs checkmate. There's no way to get my queen there. There's nothing here. There's no counterplay. I think I'm forced to play here. I think this is my only smidgen of an idea to not die. Is this move. And it probably still loses to something ridiculous, you know, like you just take the pawn, the knight, and you're just dead or something. And then we have this game. This game also sucks. Well, this game's not that bad, I suppose. I am technically winning on by some technicality here. The issue here. Could you stream tomorrow instead of trying to sleep? Just sleep. I'll stream Tuesday probably. Hopefully, I'll stream Tuesday. And you can watch me then. The problem in this position is like I can't break through this. This is the pawn I have extra, and possibly just playing here is my best move, like move like d4. Problem is I don't like this pawn. This pawn's too strong. Right, and what does this square do to help me? Successfully, unfortunately. Yeah. This move is kind of crazy, just sacrificing this pawn, but frankly, I don't know if it really benefits them. I really want to get rid of this pawn. If I get rid of this pawn, I'm good to go. Like, that would be really nice for me. I don't think, like, sacking a rook, like if something crazy happened, like, I don't know, here. Like, I don't think this is necessarily advantageous. We do get into a position like this, and this is kind of rough. Like, you're up a pawn, well, you're up a rook for what? You can start an attack on my king, but let's just see how lethal this attack is. That's a mate in 2, isn't it? Right. So you wouldn't push the pawn. For example, you could just seal out my queen, but then I have this pass pawn that I'm also threatening with. that I'm just gonna try and push. So there's a world where this might be fine, but I don't know if it's the real world, you know? Okay, bud. For one, you're getting banned. That's kind of cool. You did it. And next thing is we probably should switch this off of geometry dash to something like chess. Hello, chess. There we go. Done. So we're gonna play chess now. As this pawn cannot do that much, and if you save your queen, it's kind of tricky. Saving your queen like this might be the best option. By the way, just by playing this and then here, this pawn, if you play like this to block me out, this pawn just hangs. Not that this pawn is worth that much, but now I have so many passed pawns. Like I have 2 passed pawns. But the issue may be if do I have enough counterplay, and then this attack. So I don't know how I feel about literally sacrificing my rook for a pawn for this, for just this opening. I want to say a new clang I came up with like 3 hours ago, pre-alpha. Sure. Wah. So like, you know, that would be force main, right? So you're not going to play like that. You're probably going to play something like that, but another way of defending this is simply this move. The only problem is I'm not sure it really works well because you lose your queen, so that defense doesn't play out well. Another defense is just sacking the rook back, which is kind of insane, and like you now just don't have anything here. And now at least this, like, at least you have maybe some pressure, but you actually don't have much, and they're just up a pawn, and you have no pieces, any, like, at all. So how do I make this pawn into a weakness? How do I ask the right questions in the position to be able to make progress? One idea is to try and offer this trade, but they don't have to accept it. And the question is, like, can I actually win this or no? So I just brought my rook here. It might be good to play here, actually. The extra pressure on the bishop is actually really nice. So I might play like this and hope that this pawn storm does not come to destroy me. It undoubtedly will, but we'll find out. Who's faster, you know? Okay, you can play like this. I have one legal move, so I don't have a choice. What's this game? Okay, so this is what I analyzed. And my idea was to then play here. How does this just lose on the spot is my question. You have to play here. Technically I can play here, but you can keep defending this, right? So but the hardest part about seeing someone else's conlang is being able to figure out how to actually say the words, you know. But it looks very interesting. I speak press act language abstract class. What? I speak present accusative language abstract class. I don't remember what abstract class means, to be honest. That doesn't do anything good for me. Alright, we can play those games later. High tier means it can't be touched or seen. Try to copy with Navajo classifiers. I don't know the Navajo classifiers, to be honest. Grammar is not something I'm good with in online game. Hold on. Navajo classifiers. Ow, my eyes. There's a prefixes of position 9, the closest effect verb system that affect trans verb, and that they are valence and voice markers. Oh, okay. Calling them classifiers is a misnomer, however, as they do not classify anything or not related to classificatory verb stems, which actually do classify now. Let's see classificatory verbs below or classifiers. Blank is a prefix which is indicated by a null morpheme. Is that an letter am I looking at? Oh, it's like a that character. Classifier is a causative trans verbs often can transitize an intransitive blah 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 verb. That's very effective. Book in the Royal Library of Sweden. Interesting. The D classifier occurs in most passive, mediopassive, reflexive verbs that are derived from verbs with a blah 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 classifier. Okay. I think that's just a regular L. Occurs in most passive, mediopassive, reflexive verbs that are derived from verbs with a classifier. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. I lost this game. Good game. Good game. I had one blunder. I can't actually game review, I just want to open up self-analysis. Let's look over this game real quick. We played a normal Sicilian. In this position, taken, so I played like this. I had to take with a knight, apparently. I didn't like taking with the knight, I believe, because of this. Ah, okay. That makes sense. And then I lost my advantage by playing rook b8. I had to take bishop x8. Oh, I had to take the pawn immediately, which I didn't do. I played like this. They played like this. Again, I should have just taken. And I did. And they played like this, and I played queen b4, and then they played c8, and I played bishop c5, and this was all just cutting edge stuff. I should have played knight d4. I don't think I found that. Instead, I played bishop takes, which was not the best. Because you cannot... you can't take here. What about this? I didn't even see this. I can't believe I didn't see that. Anyway. We traded. I was simply up a pawn. I took, they took. I played knight d4. And here, there is a million and one ways to defend this position. I blundered. This hangs mate in 5. I didn't play for mate in 5. I just played for mate in 1. Wow. I was completely winning, and then I just lost the winning position for fun. Oh well, oh well. Good game, good sir, good game. Yes. Alright. +3 blitz. I'm curious. +4 counts as rapid. So for example, fabrics and blankets use a suffix. I'm definitely not able to guess that pronunciation. So the blanket is soft becomes the blanket. And is so soft. Interesting. Think. My source, I saw it in a book. Yeah. Yep. Alright, let's see if we can get a game with 7+4. It's a wacky time control, so I'm not sure we're gonna get a game with it. Yeah, I don't think 7+4 is gonna get us a game. Alright, well, yeah, 7+4 is just not getting us anywhere. How do I cancel? Oh, did I cancel it? Okay. Now I can play. If it doesn't work like that, it makes my playing more original. True. I guess 10+5 is probably the quickest I could do. Alright. Okay, we're gonna try and play an A3 E3 game. I'm gonna assume that I'm going to lose, but it should be interesting. A3 E3. I take the center. This hangs a pawn. Okay, well, we already got an inaccurate variation, but I've never played the variation with this gambit. I've never played against this gambit before, so I don't really know how this gambit plays. So, alright, so this is defended by the bishop. And I think a very simple way, well, it also attacks the pawn, which is two very important facts about this move, is it also attacks my pawn. So I'm going to simply develop my knight. This is a very easy way of playing this. And then I can play h3 at some point, and I'll get rid of the knight. Presumably they don't keep adding pressure to the pawn. In which case, it could be tricky to defend the pawn continuously. For example, this doesn't actually work. Okay. So they play like this. Oh, that hangs the pawn. Aye. Aye, aye, aye. Aye, 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 aye. It hangs the pawn. This is a tricky move. I'm just gonna play this in a very, very interesting way. It's perfectly fine and solid, I think. So now this knight is hanging, essentially, is the problem. And it's gonna be tricky to defend this pawn if you're not careful. You could play here, I suppose. And then I've just gotten really easy developments, whereas they have not necessarily gotten the easiest development. But I also have this bishop to worry about. I could still play this, but I don't think it's good anymore. I might just develop my knight here. And play a very normal position. They're thinking a lot, because I put them into a very bizarre opening. For one, they played a very offbeat gambit, and I immediately messed up the gambit line. So what I should have done is I should have just immediately played this. Okay, this hangs the pawn in one move, no? Oh, it doesn't. It does not, in fact, hang a pawn in one move. That's tricky. Wow. Wow. This is such an offbeat line. I could not have possibly predicted this line. Now, will they see this, though? I don't know if they know I'm streaming. They probably shouldn't. But this actually just wins my queen. Unless I play here. But then it's pinned, so you can take. Okay, so they did not, in fact, allow me to just do that. So let's just go ahead and take here. And then I will get my queen out of there. And in fact, not let my queen be captured for free. Let's put my queen here. This might be a blunder, but let's see. I'm simply up a pawn. Alright, so they're gonna allow me to play a move like here. Which is interesting. Actually, they don't, because they can take with the queen. Interesting. I might just go ahead and castle for the sake of not being in a bad spot. But I probably should route this here. My extra pawn is this pawn. Oh, okay, sorry, I forgot to read. I'll include your name as Theon, to mean warrior because you play so much chess. I've been playing it a lot recently, but I don't necessarily play it a lot in general. Like, I had a big break period where I didn't play it much. If I play this, I will lose my pawn. Interesting. But do I mind losing this pawn because of this? And then this. Is my attack good enough to lose this pawn? Let's try it. Let's try it. I want to see if this will work. I'm just having fun here with this game. I'm just letting them take the pawn so I can play here. here, and then their queen is a little passive, and then I'm going to play very aggressive chess. Because that's kind of what they're inclining me to play, is a very aggressive position. We'll see what happens. They played a weird gambit. I failed the gambit. I hung my queen. I unhung my queen. It was a very weird game. Interesting, so they don't take this. They're trying to win my queen, by the way, with this check, which is very interesting. But after this move, it doesn't really work. Even if you play this. It takes. And if you take my queen, I take your queen. And if you take this, then I win the rook. So it doesn't really work, I don't think. Basic calculation. So they're really thinking hard. Wow, that's a fascinating move. Wow. It's taking back with the bishop and then exposing an attack on my queen. It doesn't work though, so it's fine. But wow, that was interesting. Yeah, it just doesn't work. It's the thing. I can play like here. I think I'm fine. Nothing hangs, so alright. So this position, yeah, fascinating. They can just take here, and I'll bring up my knight, and then we have kind of a boring position. They can get in with this, but I don't know. They're still down a pawn, and it's a little complicated, so. And I think it's worse for me to take this pawn than for them to take that pawn, but I could be wrong. Something that should be easy to recognize is that this bishop is simply hanging. It blocks my queen from seeing this bishop. That's the idea of this move. It's also possibly going to create problems there. And it defends this pawn. Fascinating move. What if I simply push this pawn? I'm just curious. Just like, what's their response idea here? If I just push this pawn. It's interesting. It's not like they don't have compensation after this. If they play here, of course I have to take here. But if they take my pawn, which is hanging, then I can take with the bishop, of course. And then it's not trivial to play from, because this pawn will be hanging. But this move is very nice. It's a very nice move, in my opinion. They do have the bishop pair, which is another interesting thing to note. Wow. Huh. If I play there, they have there. And then I'm forced out. But I can also just defend the pawn. It's still a problem a bit. If I play there, they also just have here. I can also just play back immediately and not give them free moves. Would I rather be on this square or this square? Here, here, here. I go here. I'd probably rather. I mean, I guess there's this move. But that I don't know. If I'm on this square, there's nothing really. So it's just. Okay, well, I mouse slipped, so. And there's no takebacks. Like, you're not even allowed to propose a takeback. It's just crazy. I don't know how to play from here. Like, I can't even play from this position now. I was literally just gonna bring my. Okay. We need to. Oh well. I was doing so good until I mouse slipped my queen out of the world. Oh my gosh. Whatever. I'm gonna eat a pretzel. Yeah. Yeah. What'd you get automated for? Why not? I'll allow it. I don't know what you're talking about, but sure, man. Ah, that's what you meant. It doesn't work. You're supposed to just bring the rook like this. What are you gonna do? Take it? Clearly it says Kaye Stratsanawa Yoa Inyadira Stratsan Nyota. Clearly. No, I do not. If I take this pawn, do I lose my rook? I don't see the fork. Oh, that's the strat. Okay. What is this game, man? I don't know what's happening. I don't know if they know how to mate. We'll find out. The easy move is to play here. I'm forced here. Yep. Checkmate. Okay. Well, I only lost because of my one blunder. Good game. I only lost because of literally a mouse slip. Like, I genuinely should not have lost this game, but oh well. Isn't it weird how you're very creative when tired, me at least? Last night, I made an entire card game. Why is my camera frozen? Why is it doing that? Please fix yourself. Why does it say my camera's off? Ugh. Alright, that should be good. I made an entire card game. Okay, it says I had 3 blunders. Okay, can this not? Okay. It said I had several blunders. I played as white. This is a gambit, which is just entirely not solid. This is an inaccuracy. I defended it. They play like this. I really should have just played bishop b5 when I think about it. Like, I don't know why I played h3. And then this was just an equal variation, and then, like, this, and they're actually just fine. Then this was a blunder. I knew this was a blunder. I played like this. What the heck? Okay. This, so I was supposed to play queen h5. I don't know why. Losing. We're in some kind of wacky little thingy. This was apparently not good because the bishop can take my pawn there. I just analyzed this and it looked bad. My idea was to play bishop c3. And then this looked bad for them, which is why I played into this. This was an inaccuracy. I had to play queen e2. This was a blunder to queen f4. Queen f4 is hard to spot. a6 also works okay. My idea was to play queen e2. This was the move I wanted to play, so that blunder doesn't count. From there, it was just a slow losing battle. Checkmate was already inevitable to 0 here. Anyway, that game sucked. We can play another 10+5. I didn't really have anything to learn from my opening that game because my opening was immediately countered with one of the worst variations I've ever seen of it. At least they should have played like a main line or something, but they played literal jibber jabber. Alright, so this is the super combative, which you play like this. Favorite diacritic. Mine's Oganek, I think it's called. Yeah. What is this variation? We're against someone else that just hangs pawns for fun. Okay. Play bishop e7. Something very normal. Probably just develop my bishop here, and then just continue on with life. Okay. This is now just hanging, so I'll just take it. I should be able to take the center with d4 if I want to. Instead of just letting that hang, I shall castle. I'm up 2 pawns because they played, again, we just have someone that plays random weird gambits. Go ahead and play the move c4, taking control of the center. And then the goal is to develop the knight. This is a weird move. I don't know what that does. I'm not sure they know either. If I put my queen on this square, let's go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and put my queen on this square. See if we can get anywhere with this. This seems like a really interesting move to me. My extra pawns are these two, which is interesting as well. Yep, so we got a very nice position against the super combative. Like, practically refuted the super combative with this. What does that do? This is staring into a brick wall. This isn't going anywhere either. Of course, taking here would probably be a mistake, because they still have the 2 defenders. I wonder if I have the move f4. Let me think about this. I think I have f4 now. Let's go ahead and go for it. Let's go for f4. And the idea is to play the move f5. And that's kind of a tricky position to deal with. I guess the queen helps a little bit, but... So this is kind of how I thought they would play. How does this actually work, though? Okay. So now we're getting into a very violent position. Now, I would not accept this trade, because this is just too dangerous in my opinion. Unless I'm missing something. This is a funny move. Huh. Interesting idea. Yeah. Can I sack the rook here? No. Can't take the knight. I can defend my rook though, and nothing's hanging. Let's go ahead and play this. So the idea is that this will be hanging if I take this, right? I think I'm fine with that. Because I wouldn't allow this to happen. It's kind of a who's mating who situation, you know? Like, I actually genuinely don't know who's winning at this point. And then I win the queen? No? Oh my goodness, I just completely zoned out playing this game. I was so focused on the game. Oh my goodness, my brain completely turned off. I think I just win the queen now, though. I think it's actually worse than that. I feel like there's a checkmate here. Black resign. Wow, okay. This is an interesting one. Once again, there's not much to talk about here with the opening because, again, they just played an absolutely awful opening. Like, they played the super combative, right? I thought b4. Oh, okay. Yeah. Now b4 works. And this is just the super combative. And then they sacrificed a pawn. I put the bishop on e2. They played like this. I put the bishop on b2. Here, I played like this. They played this. They simply hung a pawn. And like the entire game, I was just playing top stuff. If we request a computer analysis real quick. I did have some inaccuracies and a mistake. Where was my inaccuracies? My first inaccuracy was to move f4. Apparently my best move was just to take this pawn. Why? Did I not just lose a pawn? Or rather not gain anything from that? Or am I stupid? Crazy. I think f4 was fine. I lost a significant amount of advantage by taking this pawn. Rook d5 immediately was the best move. Okay, that makes sense. Noah uses the hook with cutes and graves. Looks pretty cool. Oh my gosh, my brain. Okay. Yeah. What is my favorite diacritic? It's a hard question. Like, I don't even know how to start thinking about it. This was also an accuracy because rook af1 was best. Hey, just to bring the other rook. Yeah. Wow. But I was already super mega ultra winning, and then queen g6 was a blunder because I can take the knight. Then after this, there was rook d5, and then this is like... And so if they continue to play, and rook g1 here is just mate. Wait, that was mate to the knight. Oh, it's rook h8 mate. So you play here, and then you play knight f6 check. Which I'm not sure I'd find knight f6 check. Maybe I would. Then they have to move, then they have to block with the bishop, essentially, to help delay the mate. And no matter where you go, there's a square where it's just checkmate. So, yep. Oopsies. Alright. So I really wanted to study my opening more. But then everyone I played against played absolute jibber jabber. Like, I have some black ash system lines, which I don't think got fully studied. Which ones were there? Oh, okay. Super Center Arcane's open. I don't remember how I was deciding candidate moves. Wait, I'm black, so. Okay, so I guess I'll just do the most common moves. You know, there's not much to talk about here with this. So, knight c3 is the most common move after this. And probably just knight f6, but like this is so boring to do on the stream here, yeah. Ooh, okay, this person played us back on our daily games. What is taking up everything? I think it's my VTuber thing that's taking up all this stuff. Wow, they played that immediately? That's just bad, no? I think the idea is to play here, 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 and if they play here, then I have here. I guess they could then choose to not do that and take. And then take. Who is this? I don't know this person. I don't want to accept. Actually, no. I might play a bullet game here. It's just for fun. I think people play more reasonable stuff in bullet than they do in the other one. What are they doing? Okay. I don't think that variation's good. Okay, is this pawn hanging yet? Okay, let's just play like this. That was almost just losing, I think, in one move. Let's fine. I'll take the pawn. Trade the queens. What's happening in my text messages? Okay, they stopped that. This pawn's hanging. What's happening in this game? Oh, okay, good night. Okay. I'm just playing moves, I guess. That looks bad. I don't know why, but it does. Just play like this. Castle. Probably missing something already. Oh, I should play like this. This is neat. Let's play like this. Very neat way of playing. This is an interesting counter strategy. What about after this? Okay. They don't even get me down on the clock, which is kind of funny in a bullet game. I'm just playing some Supreme Bullet. Okay. Works for me. This pawn's hanging. I'll get that move. That attacks my knight, but this pawn's hanging. Oh, okay. That was hanging. Wow, I miscalculated, didn't I? That's interesting. Uh, let's play like this. Okay. Alright, well that makes sense. Let's play like this. Saves a knight. But they ran out of time. Let's go. Wow. That was a bullet game. I'm not... No. Alright, so this move just simply hangs a knight. Wait, what? It doesn't? Why can't you take there? I'm not just down a piece. Huh. You'd even probably play this in game where you just play with this, but like I had to have had better options, right? Like, this would have been a better way of playing this, for example. I don't know. Let's just play another one. Okay, well, that's fast. I might need to go here, but they're discussing something. I think this is how you play this line. You gotta play c6, I think, here. But I don't know how to refute this if they don't play c6. Okay, well, they do. Let's just play like this. It's very easy. That doesn't hang. It doesn't quite hang. Let's play like this. It's a kind of tricky line. Okay, now we can take. Now they're thinking a lot. This is a bullet game. They chose not to take, so I'm just going to play like. Just going to play here, and then I'm going to play my knight to here. Wow, we're gonna play this variation. Interesting. Okay. That hangs a pawn, but it doesn't matter. Let's defend the pawn. I hung. Wow, this is an aggressive way of playing, huh? Okay. I'm up a pawn. That's it. That's losing, isn't it? Don't know why. Play like this. Ah, whatever. Also, worst that can happen. Okay. Why not? We're in a bullet game. I don't got time to think. They won't mate me. I can take their queen. Okay. What? What? What just happened? I was just entirely losing on one of these moves. Like here, wait, no. Here black was winning. What point did black start winning? When did I let black have an advantage? Which move was it? That move let black have an advantage. What was the best move here? Long castle worked. And then they just had an advantage for a while until they played this. And then I just played so ferociously, I just sacked the bishop and then just checkmated them. I think if you don't take... No, there's no way to survive that. Yeah. That was a very quick win there. There's a brutal bullet game. Alright, well, anyway. It's been a nice long stream. Oops, I didn't mean to click on that. Actually, I don't mean to click on any of these things. Alright. I might start playing music. Anyway. I think that's all I am going to do for today. I hope you enjoyed the stream. And, yep. See you next time. Probably will stream Tuesday, maybe? Untitled Tuesday. That's all. Bye-bye.